Okay, good morning. I'm in the back of my old Land Rover, currently working out how I'm going to attach my new awning. Now the awning that I've got requires a roof rack or crossbars, so it came with these brackets which you normally attach to it. The problem I've got is I haven't got a roof rack or the bars, or have any need for them at this moment in time. But what I have noticed inside here is there's a hole there, there's another one up there, and then there's two on the opposite side, which suggests to me that someone has had bars on here before, but rather than mounting them properly, they've just put them through the roof, which isn't too much of a problem for me. So what I decided was to take a template of the roof, so that gives me my rough curvature, and I went through 3 designs trying to work out my best solution. The first design was to actually go through the roof itself, so I was going to drill 2 holes through there, then have a little bracket that as it comes up, it stops about here, or there'll be a little bracket here, and then it'll come out and come down straight. But I don't really want to put any more holes in the roof if I don't have to. So I was concentrating on this old bracket, or the new ones, thinking there must be a way which I can correct it, or at least utilise it, because it's already got the holes pre-drilled for me. So I came up with this. Now, the idea of that is that the bottom end will sit inside the guttering that goes down to the Land Rover. This piece will go through that little hole up there, and I'll be able to mount my awning to these 2 holes here. Now the great thing about this setup is that one hole isn't going to be a problem to support the weight. Because this part sits in the guttering, I'll put it on in a bit and show you. Due to this piece sitting in the guttering, what I end up with is almost like an apex that comes out of it. So if you look at it that way, all the as you run up and down, once I get the awning on there, it seems like the weight's can be pushed down to the ground. But in actual fact, because of where I've got my mounting points, what it will actually do is throw the weight back through the centre of the bracket into the main arc of the vehicle, which means I actually use the strength of the roof itself to support the awning when it's all fully extended. Granted, there will be a lot of pressure here, but because of the way it is doing it, rather than going down, the pressure will be at this point here, sending it back through the downward strut of the vehicle, which in essence should be a lot stronger than just having it mounted on them brackets. I'll go into that into a little bit more detail later, but this is the problem that I was trying to solve the other day, and I did put a post on my Bushcraft Blacksmith page, and I did say that I'd show people how I overcome this problem, and hopefully this will help other people if they want to go down the same route. So what we'll do is we'll mount this on top, and I'll show you what I mean by the gutter rail. Okay, sorry about the noise in the background. So this is the guttering along here, and the end of the bracket is right there. So it's actually sitting inside the guttering now. It's on a single, there's a single bolt going through. Don't worry, I've got to clean it all up and give it a good paint later. Oh, sun's in the wrong position today. Makes it even fun, makes it a lot of fun. There we are. So it wraps around the roof quite nicely, goes with the curvature. it just sits in there. So I've got another one of these to make up. Once I make the other one, I'll set the awning on it and I'll make another video later. Okay, so the awning's now in place. Good look. One of the brackets. It's all got to come back off and be painted. But it's sturdy enough it's not going to go anywhere. I've hung off it myself and it feels fine. So, back inside the Land Rover. I've put the gas bottle holder in place. That's going to the bulkhead. So my next job is to run my gas lines through. Now I can't get to my cooker at the moment, so I'm going to have to leave that gas line out for the time being. What's going to happen next is I'll be running from the bottle down there, then round underneath or behind all of that clutter. As it goes through, behind that plate there's a little rubber grommet where extra lines could go through. My idea is to take that grommet out, then go underneath the Land Rover, and then out through the bumper. So what I'll do is I'll just get out and show you where I'm going to run it. Okay, so where the tail board lights would normally come out from, I'm going to actually weld a steel plate inside there. Then my leads will run from inside, come down, and then out through that point. So my next job is to weld that in, drill a hole through it, and then I'll show you the gas hookups which I'm using, which are a quick release to make my life a lot easier. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, sorry about yesterday. I had a few problems with one of my gas hookups. Right, bottle's in place, and I've got a quick release hookup now on the gas bottle. That goes to the quick release there. That just goes nicely in. So the reason I've got the quick release on there is simple. If I can do the work next to the Land Rover, it makes my life a little bit easier. But if I can't, and I need to move the bottle around, that's not a problem, because all I do is I just release that, and I've got the same setup on the forge itself, which you'll see in a minute. Let's put that back in. Okay. Now, I was going to just run the line behind all the clutter, as I said yesterday. Decided against that because I found that I can actually run my lines through one of the supports of the vehicle. So that runs from there down through, as you can see there, and then it comes out. Let's open the door so we can see. There we are. Okay, so it comes out of that main strut, goes down. I did have to drill a hole through one part of the vehicle. Then as that goes down, it's come out. Comes out through underneath the vehicle. So if we imagine it, the line's coming down here, and then it comes out from there, underneath the vehicle, comes back through, and out through there. So that's my other hookup. Don't worry, it's all out the way of the exhaust. I've made sure of that. I'm not one for taking any chances. So I welded a plate in there, connected my quick release hookup there, and as I said, on the other end of the forge I have another quick release. That just goes straight into the back, like so. So now I can run my whole setup from inside the vehicle. runs to there. Now I've also got a regulator which I purchased. This regulator goes up to 4 bar. The chance of me ever using 4 bar is very slim. The forge will get up to around about 2,400 degrees at just over 1 bar. Doesn't sound like a lot of pressure, but considering 1 bar of pressure works out at 1 kilo an hour and a half. Now considering that this one is a 13 kilo bottle, means that I'll only be able to use this particular bottle for 13 hours. But considering, if I do a 2-day event, I'll probably only have the forge running 6 hours a day. That bottle will last me a weekend, no problem. The next thing I still need to set up is on the tailboard. On the door, I'm going to make up a bracket that holds a double burner stove that I've got. Sadly I can't get to that at the moment, it's right at the back of my shed, but hopefully when the summer comes round I'll be able to sort that out. When I do, from that gas line in there, I'll be putting in this little baby. It's just a 3-way connector. That will go inside, another gas line will come out, come round, and then connect up to my stove. I'll probably have a quick release on that as well. But anyway, I was having a lot of trouble with that gas line yesterday. Got a little bit annoyed at it. As you do, I'm only human like everyone else. So instead I decided, give up with that idea for the time being, move on to something else. So I decided to put a little cabinet in as well. That little cabinet's ideal for storing a few bits and pieces in there at the moment. I've got, because I can't get to my other gas bottles, I've got a little stove. That's a nice little one. I purchased that from Argos 2 years ago. Then I've got my day pack, which I take with me everywhere. Inside there are the guide ropes and pins for the awning. First aid pack, that's a nice big one. It's got burn things in there as well, which is ideal for what I do. Then I've got another little setup in there, which is just a big cooking pot, small cooking pot. Inside there I've got another gas bottle for the burner. And then another item I purchased a couple of years ago. Highlander, a High Gear Super Chef cook set. That was another eBay find. It wasn't under anything specific. I can't remember what I typed in, but I found it, and I paid £5 for that whole set. Really and truthfully, I only bought it for the kettle, but it's handy having the rest of it. And it stops all this from shuffling about in the back of the vehicle. Doors are made so they're quite tight, but what I've also got is a stop one side for the right hand door and a magnet for the left hand door. So when I come to close them, stay there, the magnet holds everything in place, and it gives me a stable worktop to do any cooking or prepping on, or if I need it for paperwork, if I've got to fill anything out, all the usual rubbish, mumbo jumbo, I can do all that on there. But for me it's more a tidiness thing. It just keeps everything nice and clean. Inside here, obviously I've still got my clutter box there. Got to decide what to do with that. I think they're making another cabinet to go to the other side, but it'll only be half the size of this cabinet, just store a few other bits in there. But yeah, that's where I got to yesterday. Obviously I finished sorting out the gas line today. I fed all the pipes through yesterday, but I just had a problem with that one release, quick release on the outside, which I finally managed to sort out. It was a choice whether to buy another one or just repair that one. What I actually ended up doing, I took the whole assembly apart, ended up putting it on the lathe, and I realised that there's a couple of bits inside there that weren't turned out properly, so I had to take that whole thing apart, put it on the lathe, turn it all up properly, or just clean a few bits up. This little piece wouldn't work with that one or the one inside the vehicle, so I ended up I found out that the angle inside there was wrong, so I ended up putting that on the lathe and turning that up a little bit more as well. And it all seems to work fine now. Hopefully at some point, whether I get round to it today or not, I'll have it all set up and do a video of it all working. But yeah, that's where I'm at with the Land Rover so far. I'm sure I'll think of a few other things that I can do with it, make my life easy. Yeah, anyway, it's Bushcraft Blacksmith signing out for today. I hope everyone had a good weekend, and I look forward to seeing everyone online soon. See you later. Okay, I thought I'd give you a quick glimpse of it all set up and running now. So yeah, gas system set up. I've got it at about 1 bar of pressure at the moment. Linked up there, up to the forge, and I'm just going to get it light, or try and get it lit. Got this one prepared. Right. So, first things first, we'll turn that on. I can adjust the pressure as I need to now from here. And not quite enough gas coming through yet. Turn that down. There we are. That's a little bit aggressive. So what I do is turn the gas up, open up the regulator. It's a bit hard to really see. Might to there we are. That's up and running. So that's only running on about 1 bar of pressure at the moment. There we are. So there we have it. One forge running at the back of my Land Rover.